All right. All right, fifth grade. Open up the third page in your packet. Today we're going to be working with decimal and division review. Okay, so nothing new today, but we're going to be revisiting some of the things you learned before. This is going to go along with the worksheet 5.4, remembering. If you remember way back last semester, we saw this chart, my decimal place value. Well, when I looked at my decimal place value, remember the middle, where the decimal point is, tells me the value of a number. If one number is directly to the right, we call that a tenth, and it's like a dime. Okay. If it's two numbers to the right, we call it a hundredth, and that's like a penny. If it's one number to the left, that's a one, and it's like a dollar bill. If it's two numbers to the left, it's a tenth, and we call it like a $10 bill. And if it's three numbers to the left, that's a hundreds, and that's like a $100 bill. So you tell me, which is bigger, a tens or a tenths? What's bigger, a $10 bill or a dime? Tell me what's bigger, a hundreds or a hundredths? Well, what's bigger, a $100 bill or a penny? All right, so let's put that into practice when we're comparing decimals. First comparison we're going to look at looks like this. If I have 0 and 6/10 compared to 0 and 6/100. Remember that chart we just looked at? What's bigger, 6 dimes or 6 pennies? Whenever I compare, I'm going to be using these symbols: greater than, less than, or equal to. Which one's bigger? 6 dimes are bigger, so I'd say 6/10 is bigger than or greater than 6/100. Remember, it's kind of like an alligator opening up to eat the bigger number. Let's do that one more time. This one's kind of hard. What if I have 0 and 67/100 compared to 0 and 76/100? Which one should the alligator open up to eat? Well, which one's bigger? If you have 67 pennies or 76 pennies? Hey, now you got it, 76. All right, there's our alligator opening up to eat the bigger number. All right, you're going to put that into practice on numbers 1 through 6, and then the rest of the problems are all division problems. So let's take a look at a division problem. Remember, I have my division bar. The number outside is called my divisor. The number inside is called my dividend. And I'm looking for my quotient. All right, well, 66, how many times does that fit inside 5,754? Well, first thing let's do is get rid of my comma. Next thing I'm going to do is try to remember, what's the order of division? Say it with me. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Say it one more time. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. All right. So let's do that. Let's divide 5 divided by 66. If you have $5 and you're giving it away to 66 people, there's not enough money. Everybody gets $0. Let's go over to 57. If you have $57 and you're dividing it among 66 people, don't have enough money. Everybody gets $0. What about if I have 574? Well, there we go. Now everybody's going to get some money. But let's think. how many times can 66 fit into 574? Now we're going to do a little two-step multiplication on the bottom and call it guess and check. So let's try 66 times 5. I'm not going to try 2 because I know it's going to be way more than 2. Let's do the two-step with me. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. 5 times 6 is 30. Plus 3 is 33. All right, so 66 times 5 is 330. 574 is still a lot bigger than that. So let's try another number. Let's try 8. 66 times 8. All right. 8 times 6 is, very good, 48. Write down the 8, carry the 4. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 4 is 52. Hey, 528? Let's work that in there. 574 divided by 66 is 8. Now multiply. 8 times 66 is 528. And when you're working with this, that's why I give you all the lined paper in your folder so you can work out all this math. But since I don't have enough room on my whiteboard, I'm going to erase this. All right, ready? Now we subtract. 4 subtract 8, can't do that. Borrow from the 7, 7 becomes 6, 4 becomes 14. 14 subtract 8 is 6. 6 subtract 2 is, whoops, I forgot to write my subtraction bar. There we go. 6 subtract 2 is 4. 5 subtract 5 is 0. All right, I divided, I multiplied, I subtracted, now I bring down that 5. So now what's 467 divided by 66? Well, I know that 5 is too small, and I know that 8 is too big. So let's try 7. 66 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 4 is 46. I have 462. Hey, that's just under 465. So 465 divided by 66 is 7. 7 times 66 is 462. Now we subtract. But first I'm going to erase this multiplication down here so I have room. All right, now let's subtract. 5 subtract 2 is 3. 6 subtract 6 is 0. 4 subtract 4 is 0. Is there any other number to bring down? No, there's not. So what do I do with that 3 that's left over? Well, I'm going to call it a remainder. So what did I get for a quotient? I got 87, remainder 3. All right, put that into practice on 5.4, remembering.